Hello, this is Adam Henderson coming to you with another game from Crescent Cup. This will be game number 15 against Andy Hoang. I consider him a friend of mine. I think he considers me a friend as well. Um, I'll tag him on this video. I hope I can do a good job of analyzing this game and give him credit for being a strong opponent. Um, One thing about Andy is that he has been on stream a few times during nationals and played some pretty remarkable phonies. If you've watched um, some of Mac Miller's videos on phonies, you'll see some of the famous phonies that Andy has played there. Excuse me. What you're seeing in front of me is a program I made to help me study words. This level is level 103, so each level is a common suffix or prefix. And I like to study up to 9 letters. On certain ones, I like to go up to 10. Multi is one of those words that I like to go up to 10 letters with. And so you can see, if I press Shift plus, you can see some of the words I've guessed. So it's a word study program, but basically what it is it's a guessing game, and I try to guess valid Scrabble words that start with a common prefix. In this case, it's the word multi. So I'll try to think of one or two before I start the analysis of the Andy Hoang game. Or I don't know how to pronounce his name. Andy Hong, I believe, is Hong is probably how it's spelled Hoang. So I'm sorry for butchering your name, Andy. I tend to mispronounce things pretty badly. So if I mispronounce a word, uh, think nothing of it. Multi. Trying to think of a multi word I haven't already guessed. I've guessed like the common ones like multiple, multiply, multi-car. I've thought of multi-range, multi-grade. Yeah, multi-grade is good. Let's try to think of one or two more. Excuse me. Multi-act. Multi-code. Multi... I already thought of multi-day and multi-week and multi-year. Multi-month isn't valid. Multi-star. Multi-staged. Yeah, okay, multi-stage is valid. Let me think of one more before I start the Andy Hong game. Multi-pass. Oh, multi-pass isn't good. Tap. That doesn't sound right. Multi-drug. Multi-drug is a word. Okay. Well, I guess that's the one more word I needed was multi-drug. I'll write that one down. That's a weird one. All right. So yeah, this game that I made for myself, I find it pretty fun, and it's a useful way to learn words, especially I find that like the 9 and 10 letter words are more useful than most of the top experts give them credit for. But um, certainly, it's probably worth studying the 7 and 8 letter bingos than the 9 and 10 letter ones. Um, so let's take a look at this game. So I go first in this game. And this is from the Crescent City Cup. At this state in the tournament, I feel like, let's take a look here. So his ratings are just over 1,800. It's over 1,900, and which is actually pretty remarkable. In NASPA, it's really strong. Um, so Crescent City Cup. So when he played me, so you'll see a peek at the result here. I did win this game. He had, let's see, let me count, three wins, 2 losses, 4 wins, 2 losses, 4 wins, 4 losses, 6 wins, 4 losses, 6 wins, 6 losses, and so he was 8-6 when he played against me. So I think yeah, we had similar. I think I was around 8-6 as well when we played. I might have been slightly better than 8-6. I'm not sure. So we had a similar. We had a similar win loss record when we played each other in this game of 15. I like I usually do. I just asked him, "How are you doing?" And in true Andy style, he said terrible or something like that. He cares deeply about the game, and he has high expectations for himself. And I remember seeing him at like Las Vegas Nationals, and he was actually doing well in that Las Vegas Nationals tournament. But I remember him looking at the scoreboard, and he was alone. I walked up to him. How are you doing, Andy? And he's like, it's terrible. It's really bad, or something like that. He's a funny guy. Um, Let me take a break for 1 second. And honestly, I don't know Andy very well. I wish I knew him better. But one thing that he did tell me when we were in Chicago was it was during the World Cup. He said, I don't remember his exact words, but he said something like, uh, I don't know. I I think I expressed some sort of disappointment in how the tournament went or something, or how I was doing on a certain day. I know that second day of it was the second or the third day of World Cup in Chicago. I had a really bad day of many losses, and he said something like, "Yeah, just play the game, try to do your best, and yeah, just try to do your best," or something like that. He said something to the effect of just try to do your best and play each game and don't think too much about it, which is actually not bad advice. It's actually good advice, and I recommend that to serious players, not to get too inside your head when you have a frustrating um, set of losses. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at this game. I only wanted to know what his win loss record was because for playing Andy specifically, he's a very emotional guy, and having that information, like knowing how he's doing, that's kind of why I was genuinely interested whenever I asked him how he was doing before the game. Because if he said he was, um, if he indicated that he was upset, which I think he did indicate that he wasn't happy with his how he was playing, then I knew he was a little bit tilted, and he was going to be a little bit tilted in this game, and I think he was. Um, so I opened with wrong, and that was the right play, I believe. Let's go back and check. I believe that was the top play. Yeah, it was the right play. Was to play wrong. He plays wetter, and let me just—I did take a picture of this game, so let me just double check. Okay, good thing I checked because it wasn't from the W. It was he had a W of his own. So he plays wetter there. So I had NB, MBS, and I also had QUI. So I had Squib here, saying that's the top play. I think the S is probably worth more than 3 points. So quick comes down. Um, yeah, I mean this is a little bit better of a leave than four consonants, but I don't know. I felt like the S was more valuable here. Put what you think, whether Squib is better or not. Quit. Squid. The other bad thing about it is it opens up a floating U and a floating I that's just completely floating. Um, and it just gets rid of the S, which I think the S is pretty powerful in this board. I'm not completely sure. All right, so what happens next? I played quit. My recollection of this game is not very good. I just remember I won it, and I remember something else that I guess I won't spoil just yet. So he plays Kitsch. It was about an even game, 59 to 54. Um, yeah, he's a you might know not know just by looking at him, but he's a surprisingly strong Scrabble player. Let's see. It says he played. Oh, okay. It says I played Nim here. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I played Nim, scoring 26. So I could have scored 5 more points there and used the S and kept 2 I's. That doesn't really look that great. That one. This one goes up into the puts it slots an M in the triple lane. I don't like that. And then it's best play. Again, this isn't doing any simming, so uh, I think during Josh's stream where he was streaming the Canadian, some sort of Canadian big Canadian tournament over the last weekend, I said something like simming is bullshit. I mostly said that to be funny, but I'm not a big fan of like, especially simming done by Quackle, which is what Josh does. He still uses Quackle. I just feel like Quackle is such an outdated program at this point. It's not getting any dev support. I believe there is only one developer that's still developing on Woogles, and that's Cesar. And I believe that he is developing some sort of AI that should be pretty good. And once that's complete, it should be. It should. In my belief, I think it's going to be a lot better than Quackle. but I mean, without seeing it yet, I can't really prejudge. But anyway, I'm going off in a tangent. N by it's 23. It keeps MIS. Is it better than NEM? What does NEM keep? Yeah, N by is a better play than NEM. That's for sure. It's just N by is just kind of a it's a strange four-letter word that I just couldn't think of. But yeah, this is just a better play than NEM. But I don't think these two are better plays than NEM. I think NEM's okay. BIYS. The main problem with the sleeve is keeping an I and a Y. The I and the Y don't go together. Let's see what happens next. So he plays Enol. So Sif is a word I just did not know. Write that one down, Sif. So I played Bashi here. And I think Bashi may be phony. I don't see it on the list of top plays yet. So I played a phony here. I didn't even realize that it was phony when I played it. Got away with a phony 39-point play. Is that better than the actual other plays I had? Let me look. Yeah, it says 42.34 for Bashi. And I got away with it, so I mean, more power to me, I guess. I mean, I don't think I would have gotten away with a phony 5-letter word against many top experts, but because a lot of the top experts, they don't let you get away with phony 5s. I did get a phony 5 away. I think I played Welty against in a Woogles game against Annette, so it's surprising. Sometimes you can still get away with a phony 5-letter word against a top expert like Annette, but it's dangerous and I don't recommend it. So he lets me get away with my phony. I might have lost the game if he had challenged this off. I got a little greedy with Bashi. Just playing a word I wasn't sure of. I'm actually a little bit surprised I had the balls to play Bashi. I mean, it's kind of a ballsy move to play a phony against a top expert like Andy. So here is where Andy starts to get a little desperate. So I drew the blank and I played Epilator. Okay, so it's right here. So I play Epilator, and now I'm up 87 points. And here's where he played a phony out of desperation. But the weird thing is he had a blink of his own, so he didn't really need to feel this desperate. So he doesn't have any bingo of his own. But he plays out grip for 69. And I held the play. And the thing is, I didn't want to automatically assume. I really held this play for actually a long time. I didn't challenge it right away. Because, like, I know that Andy's a really strong player. And so I didn't want to automatically assume, like, this word looks completely phony. But I didn't want to automatically assume that it was phony. I was trying to really consider this play. And, like, my gut reaction was actually to let it go because when I see a, like, completely bizarre word like this, I think, like, why would he try this if it wasn't good? But I think I may have also started like once I put myself into the deep think. This is my first ever game against Andy, so but I think probably I recalled that he plays phonies, and so that was probably. I think throughout the whole long think, I thought to myself, yeah, I'm probably going to challenge this, but I wanted to consider it. I also believe I had studied before this tournament. I had actually studied the words starting with out, and I could not recall seeing this word. So that was kind of like the final nail in the coffin that led me to challenge, and I was pretty confident when I challenged this that I was going to come off. And I did say, like right before I challenged it, I said, no, this is too bizarre. And then I said challenge or something like that. And uh, what made matters worse was that it was in front of Josh Sokol because he was sitting nearby because we were all kind of, we were close to being in the top ranks of the standings in this tournament. So I'm sure he felt pretty bad about himself after I challenged this off. I didn't even really look at him because I knew he was probably going to take this hard. So, anyway, Andy, if you're watching this, let me know if I'm doing a good job of this explaining things. If you want to give any of your own comments on the situation. And I apologize for stopping the video sometimes. I seem to have got a little bit of a runny nose. But it is what it is. So comes out off the board. But the game's not over. Sometimes you can lose a challenge like this. It's very devastating to lose a challenge when you're already down 90 points. But the game was not over. I think you kind of got a sneak peek at the final score. It was actually a pretty close final score. I mean, decently close, like maybe 40 points at the end. I think I was. So he did like narrow down my point spread in this game. So let's take a look at the rest of it. Now I wrote that I had EXMEEX, which is obviously not what I had. So I'm not entirely sure what I had in this rack. Because obviously I did not have two X's. And I really don't know what the last letter was, so I guess I can kind of try to think of what it might be. So I played Nix here, Nixe. Oh, okay. So it was an N. So now I'm up 125. I'm actually going to have to pause this and return to this video in about 4 minutes because the voice is coming up and I can't miss the voice. I'm a gay guy, come on. Of course, now I want to watch The Voice. Although the only thing I hate about The Voice nowadays is that they have two coaches that are country coaches, and so many of the singers that audition or in the blinds are also country artists. I just country is not for me. I don't like country. I'm also not a big fan of rap, but you don't see too much rap on The Voice. And the rap that you do see, it's not like the type of rap that I really don't like. Um, anyway, I'm getting off track. So he plays POW. Just out of curiosity, since I know his rack, I'm curious what he should have played here. He actually has a bingo. He has Gunport. Let me look at that one. Yeah, that is new. Gunport. Okay. Interesting. All right, I'm going to pause and come back to this after I watch the voice. Thanks for watching. We're already at 25 minutes. This is going to be a longer video. I'm back. All right. Where was I? He plays POW, P-O-W here. Oh, let me get my phone. This move is interesting. It's saying if he doesn't find Gunport, the move it's suggesting is Lug here. Gets rid of the two worst tiles and keeps OPRT blank. So the idea is that this is the move that'll give him the best chances for bingoing. So yeah, I kind of do agree with Lug. See, it also likes Grow, keeping the U. I kind of don't like that one. Yogurt. So I don't know. I think POW is actually pretty okay here. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. Wonder why it didn't say POW was one of the top moves. So here, see, the game's not over yet, but it's my turn and I'm up 103 points, so it's pretty close to being over, to be honest. All right, and here I played actually a real smart play. I played Rehem, which is pretty advanced Scrabble play. It's kind of a obscure word. I actually don't know what it means. Let me look. Means to him again. But anyway, yeah, Rehem. I think that's a pretty good play. Better though than Rehem was nine more points for Reem. Statement of fact or opinion. I'll write that one down. It's one I should memorize as Reem. But yeah, Rehem. Yeah, Reem's is just obviously better. But I played Rehem. Just kind of flexing my vocabulary. And he plays Boing. And here, I have this rack. Havier's best. I play it. And after Havier, he plays Yurt. I don't know if that was the correct play on his part or not. It was only 14 points. He really needs, he's quite behind at this point. 163 to 291. So now I'm up like almost 130. So like things are just getting worse for him. Here, didn't have a whole lot of great options. I played Duad, hooking Yurta. I assume that's the point of Yurt, was to create the Yurta hook, so I went ahead and took that away from him. And he then has he still has the blank. I knew he had the blank, so I knew this was coming. So he does use his blank, plays broilers. Looks like he had a play here for 3 more points on Lori's. but or 4 more points. So now he caught up a little bit, but he's still. It's my turn. I'm still up 70, which is a medium-sized bingo. So I don't have a whole lot of good options here. I played refit, which was probably a mistake. Let's see what he. Yeah, it was. He played. So refit was a pretty bad mistake actually, but I think I had gotten a little complacent because I was ahead by so much. But yeah, he plays fancy for 62, and now I'm in a bit of trouble possibly. But um, things worked out. I had the bingo ovation coming right back. And he has actually a really nice play of Jesse. He counted it as 54. It's actually only 53. But oh, hold on. So he had Jesse and he had the X. Or no, not the X. He had the Z. And also a D. So he actually had a better play than Jesse. He had Jest. What is this? Jest. Jest is to fasten straps around the legs of the hawk. So slightly better play. 6 points he missed out on. Anyway, very strong. You can tell he's a veteran Scrabble player. But things just did not work out for him. But he's one to watch out for. Don't get complacent if you ever play him. Where did I play to finish off here? So gaps was my strongest play. I missed that. I might have been low on time by this point. I'm almost certainly was because I take a lot of time on my plays. He plays Zax and played Oz for 12. And that was the game. The final score was 421 to 378. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.